Oh, here's my vlog. I'm having trouble staying consistent uploading it. That, but I'm at least recording them. I don't know. I don't think I recorded one yesterday, but day before yesterday I did, and then I forgot to. Or I didn't want to. I couldn't upload it. It's Saturday, June 8th, 2:48 p.m., and I just kind of got up not that long ago. I was working yesterday until until the daytime. Oh. Look at little ferrets. Up until the morning. Look what my birds did to my freaking camera, dude. I get up this morning and I pick up my camera and I'm like, what the dick stick, dude? My birds were hanging out on my camera apparently and just had an accident. So jeepers, dude. Anyways, let's see, look, there's my little ferret going outside. Whenever my birds hear me talk, that's when they decide they need to make more noise than me. It's the weirdest thing. They're not even that big. There's only two of them. There's my little ferret going back up home. Maybe he wants to sleep in a more peaceful spot. After he heard me talk. Ran around a little bit and then got groggy. So see there, he's like, screw this, I'm going home. This bullshit. And then this one's like, you know what, I think I can just sleep there though. Do the thing the cats do when they lick their balls. Okay, so yeah, I was working, you know. Yesterday until in the morning, you know. Yesterday I think I pretty much finished Pliny. I had another level on Pliny. Pliny has the menu where each menu's named, but not the menu above it, where the menu has the number, the page, and the time, the pages and the time, and it was like 2267 or something, and so I had to drag that over. It took forever because it kept crashing. But I finally finished it, and then realized I didn't even have a font. Like, I never set up a font for some reason for the small numbers and times, so I figured that out. I wanted to, you know, like a fine line type of a font. Looks good, baby. It made the pixelation 10 pixels, and it looks like it fit in the screen after that. And I was at the point of, you know, wanting to cut it out and paste it into the Pliny page, and then maybe Pliny would be done, you know. And then, like, another one bites the dust. I'm done with another book, then it's only Pliny and Livy. But I didn't get around to it because the computer just wouldn't respond. So maybe we'll be able to do it today because it had a whole day to sit around and catch up. It's interesting how computer handle these big pages, because like it'll open a big page, but then after it opens the page, there's the other one going up there. It can't scroll, but then if you wait like an hour, it'll be able to scroll. So you know how like on websites, if you open a web page that's really big, it only opens the top and then it'll open the rest of it. Sometimes you have a slow computer. Yeah, it's the same way with Dreamweaver. It's a process of getting them all the way open. But anyway, so yesterday I was spending the time on, well, I actually started the day with Livy because I ended the day with Livy. I finally got into like a really good groove where I'm doing vlogs. I mean, I'm doing getting the titles for all the chapters in Livy on there, because Livy has like that many chapters too, like 2,500 chapters, I think. But I have to do Livy in a different way, because all the like 2,200 chapters of Pliny, they're all named. With Livy, they're not. So with Pliny, I was putting the time, you know, from the named one onto a non-named one. And then Pliny, I had to create, I had the non-named, but then I had to create the named one, and then I had to come up with a name, which takes forever. So yesterday I started the day by just reading, just sitting there and reading. the synopsis of the later chapters, you know, that were lost in synopsis, and kind of making a synopsis of that, and going down. And as I started from the bottom of the book, and as I was going up, the chapters were getting longer and longer. And yeah, so anyways, it was a good start. So now I know, now I can do it. You know, like whenever both, because that's why I did it, both computers are spinning. So whenever both computers are spinning at the same time and I literally can't do anything, and I don't feel like cleaning my house, which does need to be cleaned, yeah, I can just go do Livy, you know, because that needs to be done too. So then, I kind of worked on 3 books yesterday, and then I got going on luck. Damn it, my fucking neighbor's smoking cigarettes again. Fucking chain smoker. In the summer, he like literally, he's like an old retired dude. He just sits on his deck and smokes cigarettes all day long. It's so aggravating. And I can smell it all the way from here. And like, he smokes all the time in my bedroom. I used to work in my bedroom, and I'd have to close the window all the time because the smoke just goes right inside my bedroom. Anyway, but sometimes he smokes weed, and like good weed, and smells good. Anyways, I was working on title here. I was working on title 7, and I have every title 1 through 6 done except for well, at a certain level. I was gonna be done with 5, which is big, but I couldn't piece it together because I screwed up the numbers. The numbers were the same in these two chapters, and I didn't want to go back and fix it because it was such a big one. But I did finish 2, I think, and 2 is really big. So some of them are big, some are small. You know, like I started this law code expecting to be done by the end of July, kind of hoping that there's a balance between big and small, and that the big ones, sure, maybe there's a few big ones that are ridiculously big, but they'll be counteracted by the small ones, you know. So like if there was 54 law codes and each law code was the size of codes title 7 or 5, I'd be screwed. It'd take me like 2 years to finish it, but I think law code 8 is not that big, and I zoomed through like 3 and 4 or whatever. So, and then 1. Well, 1, it's not even there. So, you know, maybe I'll be able to do it because law code 7, I was looking at title 7. There were a lot of them actually that are going to expand even farther. Like when I built it already a couple years ago. Just placing the title, but I didn't want to complete it because I wasn't sure that was how I wanted it to look in the end, and I didn't want to put the text on before I'd fix the other stuff because it would take too long. And then I realized not long ago that how I wanted, you know, the numbers and the borders to do. So now I have to go and fix that. Yeah, so I went in and I'm prepping all of them, and title 7 was so big. It was broken into 4 sections, and the first section was like so big that even after I'd broken 3 sections off of it, that I couldn't do anything with it. Like when I split the code, and then I clicked on the code, where it's code on the bottom, WYSIWYG on the top. I click on the code, it wouldn't take me where I needed to go on the top because like the page was too big or something, which rendered it useless. I couldn't do anything with it, so I had to just X out. So, you know, if I restart the computer later, whenever I circle back around to it and it does the same thing, I'll have to break it up again. But you know, but I noticed that there were a lot of titles of chapters in there that were full capital. One thing I noticed from title 2, there were a bunch that were full capital, and I had to go in there and I had to actually recreate a bunch. Like there was like 10 inside still, so I might have to recreate a bunch. And there's like half of them, it seems like. So I don't know. It might even be like a whole rabbit hole that I'll have to a title 7, but and it might probably will end up being so big that I can't even put it on one page. But I don't know. We'll see. So anyways, that's what I'm going to do today. I'm just going to tackle title 7 and try to finish these 2 pages. Out of 4, I finished 1 yesterday, and then almost finished the second one. So then I'll only have 1 left, and then do that, and yeah, and then maybe I could do title 7 and 8. I don't know, and then finish plenty. Who knows today? But I was so burnt out, dude. I worked until like exhausted this morning. Because I was like, when the hell is this damn page going to end, you know? So the U.S. law code is like a Pandora's box. And the only way I'm going to successfully put it on my website is if I commit myself, because it might, and I have to kind of acknowledge now that I might not be done at the end of July. It might be the end of August. You know, if all of these drag out and they end up getting just all these false peaks. But even if I'm done at the beginning of August, it's worth it because of due to the nature of the content and the originality of it. So yeah, that's what I'm up to. Yeah, I think I'm gonna call my mom and then upload these videos to my YouTube whenever. Another problem with uploading the videos is I have all these cameras and the batteries are always dead. Like you see it, I got 2 of them right there. The one that has your shit all over it, and the other one, that one, the card's freaking full. And like, I'm such a lazy bastard. I went and made a bunch of masturbation videos to all these girls on Instagram. I mean, not Instagram, OnlyFans. That I can't even remember who they are. And the card filled up with those videos. And I'm too goddamn lazy to get on OnlyFans and send them to the girls. That's how lazy I am. Most of them, I'm not even going to know who they are. I call it the OnlyFans game. It's like a brand new game. What you do is you masturbate to a bunch of chicks who are hot. Obviously, only the hot ones. And then when you go back to like try to send it to the girls, now you have to remember like who is who. And so now it turns into this thing like, well, if I don't remember who the hell she is, maybe I didn't think she was hot. So it's like the hot ones are the ones who you remember. Not necessarily the ones who are like hot or whatever, traditionally hot, but dang, the ones who remember it. And so anyways, that's a bizarre situation. Because like my testosterone ran out. I got 50 and my testosterone ran out right when OnlyFans came up, which was good for my website. But also right when I got at a kind of like a desperate level of my website where I'm like totally neurotic now, like mental now. And I couldn't tear myself away from my website for like anything at this point. Including like paying taxes, like on my HELOC loan. My HELOC loan is due in 2 days. On Monday, and I'm just gonna pay it on the very last day because I can't do it. I can't clean up my house because I committed on this law code, you know, which is making me like kind of like insecure. Like that's why I don't want to hang out with my mom, because I tell my mom just nonchalantly, I'm like, oh yeah. The other day I went, oh yeah, can you tell me about my law code? I have a question. Do you think, and I already knew the answer, but I was just curious. I kind of wanted to get, I guess, solidified. I was like, when you go to the main page and you click on the title, do you want the title, should the title open in a new page or the same page? And I wanted it to open in a new page. And she's like, you're doing what? Oh no. And then when she figured out what I was doing, she's screaming at me and I couldn't even get her to answer the question. And like, that's the kind of thing that like will put pressure on me, because the thing that'll alleviate the pressure is when I have a sense of accomplishment. But if I feel like nobody cares and there is no sense of accomplishment, but I also have to finish the project, that's when I dig in and I just try really hard and I'm like, oh shit, let me get this thing over with before I crack, because I might crack because there's no support. So yeah, it's better. It's way more pleasant to just hang out by myself. Like I could easily I could easily go into a world full of people who nobody agrees with me or understands me. Like in the website, everybody be like, we love school. We don't think anybody should take your history test or read a book and talk about it or have a YouTube or a website ever in the history of humankind. There's no such thing as evolution. And I'll be like, they're arguing people and everybody will disagree with me. I'm fine with being the only person on the planet believing something, everybody gets me. But I can't, it gets stressful when my own mother decides she's going to be the number one critic out of everybody. It's like, that's not what mothers are. She doesn't seem to understand that. So, anyway, so, we'll have to find a balance, because I haven't been doing this law code for very long, and it's going to drag on. So I'm into kind of like a new thing. I did get a lot of plants in here, so that'll make the place look pleasant. And the law code is kind of, interesting. Anyways, so the book I'm listening to, I finished Plutarch. That was the biggest goddamn book ever. I want to listen to that over and over again. I forgot how detailed it was. And all these people I hadn't heard of, I need to listen to it. I mean, damn, if you want, that's like, yeah, history I think is overlooked. Anyway, and then I got started on, and then I did the history of the Byzantine Empire from cover to cover yesterday. I can't remember who the author was. I need to go and look at when the book was written. It sounded like it was written in like the 1700s or something. Anyway, so then today I'm going to start up on a new book on Audible. I was listening to music. Yeah, I didn't do any educational YouTube videos. There's this girl who does zoology videos, which were interesting. I watched a little bit of that before I passed out night before last. I'll check that out. Anyways, yeah, so I'm getting into the groove of listening to history while I'm doing this Plutarch. It's freaking perfect. Plutarch is perfect because it's such brain candy. And it takes forever. It's perfect for getting in the groove for the books, which I'm getting better at. You know, getting more at ease with listening to the books with some monotonous guy reading a book rather than, I get longer into the book before I burn out and have to, like, recoil, listen to, like, the news. But I'm listening to less and less of the news. I don't like the news. I'm not learning anything from it, I already know how stupid people are. I don't need to know, like, the new stupid thing somebody said. So, so yeah, I'm in a great situation to listen to a book. And the last book that I did yesterday, the history of the Byzantine Empire, and I learned a lot of new things on that. It was the first book that I listened to on Audible at regular speed, and I think I'm going to do the next thing at regular speed. I do all of them at double speed because I'm like, let's get through them. But when you do it at regular speed, man, like, he can say things and I can think about stuff that he said, and then before he gets to the next thing that I think about, and I actually was learning, like, it seemed like just as much with regular speed. So I'm going to try the next one with regular speed and see how that goes. So anyways, that's enough talking. I'm going to get going on, get started on the afternoon here on this, this law code. Maybe I could show exactly what I'm doing with it. A lot of different steps that I have to do, because I didn't figure out that I wanted to do it like that. Oh yeah, there's my Pliny. I kind of had to abandon because it got stuck, but apparently it's working again. See? It's scrolling and everything. So I'm going to put that up on Pliny. And this computer, this is the one that I'm doing the law code on. And that's what that looks like right now. I had to make those titles bold and then the number, put the appropriate number, make it smaller, but I'm doing the links on it. Right, I finished everything and then the links, and then I move on to the next one, and there's just a couple more, so that's what I'm up to. Okay, talk to you tomorrow.